This is Polish Your Face Part 1, the free training series I'm giving you guys, okay? Now, his hair is shampooed and ready. I like to shampoo all of my clients. I'm using the number 2 plastic with the grain. Now, use any clipper that you're comfortable with. I've grown to love the Fast Fees. I'm a Fast Fees and Wall Magic Clipper kind of guy. But whatever clipper fits your cutting personality, you can get the same results. So I'm cutting his hair with the grain, just as you all know how to do. Very simple, very easy. I always like a clean canvas. That's why I shampoo the hair before I begin to cut it. I feel like a clean canvas is always going to produce the best results. Just trying to make sure everything is nice and even. That's what I love about shampooing the hair beforehand, because the clippers just glide through the hair. It makes your job so much easier. You're working smarter, not harder. And people will appreciate that. They appreciate that nice shampoo feel and what comes with it. So don't underestimate the power of the shampoo. But you can see how the hair is just laying down real nice right now. Now, we know everybody is not going to have hair that's easy to cut, such as this individual. So as barbers and stylists, we adapt to whoever's in the chair. That's another reason why I'm a big advocate for shampooing the hair pre-cut. I used to didn't do this early in my career, but once I did it, I never looked back. Alright, now that is the finished product, the number 2 with the grain. Now we begin our fading process. I'm using a wall balding clipper to start my guideline. We're doing a drop fade for this demonstration. Just basic easy stuff that you guys already know how to do. Just using my wall balding clipper for this guideline, and I'm just working my way around the head. The whole purpose of the guideline is for symmetrical reasons. You want everything to flow nice and evenly. So that's what we're accomplishing with this. So we're doing this drop fade. This individual requested a drop fade. We're going to grant him his wishes. But now what I do is I use my edges to clean up that hair that the balding clipper didn't get. You can start off with your edges if you want to, but for demonstration purposes, I didn't. You know, the edges are designed for stubble, so you may have one edger just set for balding, and if you're going to do that, that's what I would do. You'll dull those edges real quick. Trust me, I've done it before, so that's the reason why I didn't start off with them, because I use these edgers still to edge up clients as well. But now I'm working my way around the head, just cleaning up that stubble. That's all I'm doing. I like my edges to be dark, so I go ahead and just line up the temple area. I like my edges to be dark. I like my cuts to stand out. I feel like doing that helps. And now I'm using that wall shaver to clean up that stubble. Any other stubble that is on that head is going to be removed with this tool. I really like this tool a lot. This really helps the fades pop out. But now using my wall magic clipper, my magic clipper is open. It's in the open position. the lever is open. And I'm just beginning to go just up just a little bit, about maybe half an inch or so. And then I work my way, I bring it down about halfway, and then I close it all the way. My hands move kind of quick, so hopefully you guys can follow. But now I'm doing some notching. I do a lot of notching where I'm not putting the whole blade on the scalp. I'm just using the corners of the blade. That's what I call notching. Now I have a guard on there. That's equivalent to about a half a guard right there. And I have it open as well, and I'm fading up. Using the corners of my blade, that notching technique. I really feel like that notching technique is what helps to polish the look. Because I want to make sure I don't go too high with this fade. He wants a nice drop fade, so that's what we're trying to give him. And you can see the fade is already starting to come together rather quickly with the techniques that I'm using. But this is only the beginning. We're going to polish it even more. But I'm still using that half guard on that Wall Magic clipper. Just looking for any weight lines that I see that I want to tackle. Sometimes you have to look at it from a different angle to really get the full scope of the cut, if that makes sense. You may need a side angle. You may not just, you may not just need directly on it how we normally cut hair. You might want to step away a little bit. Just using my clipper over comb method, just a little bit for that weight line, just a slight weight line that I see. Then I take the half guard off and I just have my clipper open, just trying to get any weight lines that I see. Any weight lines. It's just about your eye. Your eye for detail is what's going to set you apart. I always tell my clients, that's all I'm doing at the moment. I'm just looking for weight lines. Sometimes you have to just step away a little bit, like I mentioned. Just step away from the cut, get that full grasp of it. Different angles. I can't emphasize that enough. It might look really good in one angle, but from the side it might not look as blended as you thought it was. But I'm trying to basically avoid working twice, so I'm doing a lot of touch-up work now. And now I have my one guard, and I'm just going with the grain with it with my fast feeds. I typically cut with the Magic Clip, as I mentioned earlier. In the fast feeds, I generally work them together. And now I have that one guard open, just trying to get a little bit of that bulk out. Just a little bit of bulk out that I see in that area. Using the corner of my clipper, that notching technique. And as you can see, it's really coming together, starting to look good. Using my clipper over comb. I don't want too much weight to come off. That's why I'm using that one guard with the clipper over comb method, because I don't want too much weight coming off. same. That's just basically just skimming it. I don't want too much weight off. I still want it thick in that area. Just going with the grain again, just smoothing it out really, so I can get a nice feel of how it's going to look. Once again, the clipper over comb method. Then I'm going down, just smoothing it out. Smoothing it out. I just use only a couple guards generally when I cut hair in general, when I'm fading typically. And sometimes I use guards, sometimes I don't. It just depends on the mood I'm in. So the mood I'm in, the type of hair I'm cutting, sometimes I won't even use a guard. I'll just do all clipper over comb. But I really love using the corners of my clippers, corners of the blades. Love it. And as you can see, the fade is looking really polished, really nice, coming together very well. Now I do have a speed technique if I want to cut faster, so you guys may be thinking I'm spending way too much time on this side. I do have a speed technique, no worries, to get the same job done. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. But I do recommend you guys take your time. People will pay for quality. They will pay for quality. Now I'm just using my fast feeds open. I'm very used to using my fast feeds and my magic clip together, so I know my tools very well. So I suggest you guys really know your tools. I was once told you are as good as your tools. So know your tools very well. Be very familiar and comfortable with them. Even though these are two different brands, to me they work hand in hand. It's like peanut butter and jelly to me. So I know my tools, and I get very good results with my tools. Whatever clipper you're using, you can get the same results though for your cutting style. I'm just having my clipper about halfway open now. It's looking like I closed it just to get a little extra. It's all about the minute details with fades. It's all it's about. A little more notching, but as you can see, this side is pretty much done, and now we're going to work our way to the back and just repeat the same steps. Magic clipper open, the lever is open, and then I begin to fade my way downward. So I'm open, half, close. Once again, open, half, then closed. And then I put that half guard on that magic clip. Then I start that one as well in an open position. And then I work my way down again to close. Sometimes I do fade upwards, close half up that way. It just depends on the mood I'm in. It just depends on who I'm cutting. I just don't fade one way every time. I just never been like that, so it just really depends on the type of cut that I'm doing. It's especially on this cut, I like to kind of fade down because I want to give myself some room, because I know they want a really low fade, so I don't want to go too high. So I'd rather play it safe and kind of fade downward, if that makes sense. Now with these low fades, it's so easy to take them too high. That's another reason why I like using the corners of my clipper when I cut, because it's very easy to take this higher than the client wants. So you got to be very careful with these low fades. That's another reason why I use the corner of my blades or the corner of my clipper, just to really give yourself some room for error, just in case. That's when I really like the clipper over comb as well, just to eliminate a little bit of bulk, as you see me doing right here. Just getting a little bit of bulk off and touching back up with my corners. I just wanted to lay just a little bit. Just a little bit. That's why I'm using that clipper over comb with that half guard. Just to reiterate, that's the clipper over comb with the half guard I'm using on that Wild Magic clip. That's the only half guard that I like for this clipper, to be honest with you. I didn't really like the wall guards that came with it, in my opinion. That's just preference for me. Then I'm just touching it up with the corner of my clipper, just polishing it up real good. As you can see, it's coming together very nice. The transition is very smooth. It's right where I want it. Alright, so this is only part 1. We have Polish Your Fades part 2. I'll see you in the next video.